the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay. So the High Priestess is like what your February reading was saying, needing to rely on your intuition for the choices and the new directions and the paths that you're moving into coming out of February. And I feel like the universe is wanting you to do that, and your guides and your prayers can be there to help you. But there's a question of, I feel like you're asking how, and you're letting yourself get wrapped up in a little bit of mental turmoil. But I feel like you're moving through it, coming out of February. What's today? I'm recording this, I think, on the 23rd of February. So through relying on getting quiet, Aquarius, you're going to come to some new ideas that are going to feel good, and some renewed vigor, renewed passion, renewed energy to move in a new direction. And I feel like that's going to remedy this inner indecision or feeling stuck. I feel like this person feels stuck and they can't see their way out. But I feel like what she's wrapped up in is very loose, and she's going to shake it off coming into March. So let's clarify these to get a little bit more information. Two of Wands in reverse, the Justice in reverse. Okay. And the Page of Cups. I wonder if somebody hasn't been a little bit of a distraction for you, maybe a water sign, Aquarius, maybe somebody younger or with a younger playful energy, and they're wanting you to pay attention to them and pull you off your professional track or what you need to get done on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like you're not giving them the attention that they're kicking and screaming for. And I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. It's just something outside of the area of life where you should be focusing, and you know that. Like, you have other things on your mind, but this person, this water sign over here, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a water sign, but somebody with water sign qualities, which are residing in the water world, the emotional world. So who is that for you, Aquarius, that you're not paying so much mind to anymore, because you're feeling like you're needing to focus on exactly where it is career-wise, professionally, financially, that you need to get your house in order before you can give this person their desired attention. And it might not be in a healthy way either. They may feel a little bit needy to you. So I'm going to go here. This card, the Two of Wands in reverse, is pointing out to me, it's reminiscent of February, really, of needing to make a decision and move forward on a path, and you were waffling and not relying on your intuition and your inner guidance as to which choice was correct for you. And there was this waffling. And I feel like you wanted somebody to tell you which, like, do I leave this job and go to this one that's not a sure thing? I might be taking a pay cut. Because with the Justice in reverse, I don't feel like whatever answers you're seeking from outside of yourself, Aquarius, are going to feel satisfactory to you. Like, that's not where the answers lie. It needs to be a self-directed final decision and choice in this and this choice that you have to make. And I do feel like it's financial and professional, like what you do for work. So let's see, let's flip over the March cards. The Magician in reverse. He keeps coming out in reverse. The Devil in reverse and the World in reverse. Wow, all major arcana cards. So big energies for you, Aquarius, in the month of March. Let's take a look. It's always good because these are the overarching themes that we experience in life, and the minor arcana cards are just the day-to-day happenings and the smaller energies. The major arcanas always like to be clarified. So another major arcana. Okay, the Chariot. Yeah, you are moving on from the 8 to the 9. That's good. Okay, we'll get into that. And the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. So I feel like you're in March, you're going to be blasting forward and maybe feeling like you don't have a handle on the skill level that you need to, and people in your professional worlds, maybe this is relating to a project at work that your boss is expecting of you. And I feel it a little bit of a scramble with the Magician here in reverse, that you quite haven't done something of this caliber on the work front before. And there's people behind you that are rooting for you and expecting big things of you. And you are going to step up to the plate in March. Trust me when I say that. The Chariot, he's going out on a mission and going from country to country and sharing his knowledge and his truth with the peasants, essentially. And really getting a handle on, because the Devil in reverse here, and I'll talk some about that too, Aquarius, living in the dualistic world. So accepting that some days you're going to not feel that at your best, and your performance might suffer a little bit because of it. But what you're bringing to the table continuously is your best in that moment, for that day, for how you're feeling and what you're dealing with in all areas of your life. So the message, Aquarius, for these cards are, no matter what's going on in other areas of your life, the expectation that you show up in your biggest, baddest way possible for what you're doing in the outer worlds. Like you're stepping up to the plate, and you're going to find this really deep inner strength. It's going to allow you to just plow forward, and it's going to feel good at the end of the day as you work through the energies of March, Aquarius, because you're loosening the grip on maybe some addictions or things that you rely on, like some dependencies, whether that be food or alcohol or shopping or unnecessary spending. And you come home and it's like, oh my gosh, why did I just do that? I really wasn't planning on getting this. And it felt fruitless or unsatisfactory. And I feel like you're getting a handle on that. There's a lot to do with how you allocate your resources throughout the month of March, Aquarius, with the full moon going in the axis of your 2nd and 8th house. So the way that you earn money and the way that you spend money, and also handle other people's money. So I'm just thinking in the 8th house, when that's right at the beginning of the month, there's a full moon in your 8th house of other people's resources. So the shared resources, there could be conversations and attention needing to be put forth towards the resources that you share with another. And I feel like you're going to be okay with it. You're stepping through this portal with the world in reverse to come to rely more and more, Aquarius, on your own 2 feet and your own efforts, and not something outside of yourself, other people's assistance. And this card feels really good. I feel like this is more towards the middle of the month with the new moon in your 2nd house of earned income, Aquarius, where the things that you've been tossing around in your mind and waffling back and forth on, and really feeling not sure about the next solid step in, and it feels like a big decision that you're making, because it is. I feel like this Ace of Wands energy is following you into the month of March, and it's going to land you in a really great position. Because the 9 of Pentacles, she has everything that she needs, and she's solid. She's divinely content. She's comfortable. She has her animal friend there with her. She's dressed in fine clothing, and she feels beautiful and confident and comfortable in where she's come from and where she's going. She's not rushing around like this energy in the beginning of the month. So I feel through the progression from the beginning towards the middle of the month, and we'll see what the end of the month into April says, Aquarius too. There's going to be a transition through this Devil in reverse energy with the 9 of Swords in reverse, releasing this angst. You're going the mental pressure over this that you've been experiencing in this situation. And so the particular circumstance for you, Aquarius, however it's ringing true for you, it's going to be different, of course, for each individual, because you are separate people. So these are energies playing out in Aquarians' lives. It's going to be lifting, and there's going to feel like a victory and a new solid direction that you're happy about, and you're proud to share that with people. Maybe this project, it's just a couple weeks that you really have to stay focused on it and collaborate with other people, and you don't have time to waste, really, in other areas of your life that are a distraction. And I feel like you are going to be hyper focused, and it may be out of necessity for some of you Aquarians. So let me know if that's resonating for you in the comment section below. Let's see what these 3 cards are. The Empress, the 7 of Swords, and the Emperor. Wowee. So 2 major arcana cards. They come one right after the other, and they're a pair. And what's in between them is the 7 of Swords. Okay. So I feel like Aquarius, getting into the end of March here, that this guy is, this is what I got. He's walking in between, like back and forth, oscillating. He's taking the resources of the Emperor and shifting them over to the Empress, and then he's planting these swords over here and picking up her messages and her goods and material possessions and putting them over here with the Emperor. So maybe coming out of March with this material abundance that you're finding in the middle of March, that you're going to be moving some resources around at that second full moon, which also is happening in your, where is it happening? It's happening again in your 8th house of shared resources. So there could be money coming in, there could be money coming out, and communication about that. So let's clarify these. My darlings, the Page of Pentacles, there's the money. Whoops. The 3 and the Sun in reverse. So, okay. So I feel like the High Priestess is flowing through the Chariot to the end of the month to the Empress energies with the Page of Pentacles here. What's going to serve you best, Aquarius, in the middle of March and moving into April is more of a softness, more of you embracing your feminine, compassionate side. With the 9 of Pentacles here, look at all the yellow here. It's very sunshiny. With the Sun in reverse on the Emperor, being a stern, very hard-nosed, hard-assed, masculine figure isn't going to get you what you want. But focusing on, and I feel like you're going to try this way. And with the 7 of Wands here, it's like you're bouncing your energies back and forth between this really strong energy, the feminine principle, the divine feminine, which is receptive. So I want you to open your heart, open your mind, open your ability to receive the abundance that the universe is clearly wanting to offer to you by not being distracted by people or things or old habits or behaviors that self-sabotage you from getting what you ultimately desire in your material prosperity way, Aquarius, if that makes sense. Because he's looking over here at the Empress and he's walking away from the Emperor. So I feel like ultimately through trial and error towards the end of March, you're going to rest over here with feeling like these energies have finally dropped. And it's going to be a really good feeling. And I feel like you're going to settle on a path and settle on a choice at the end of March, moving into April, Aquarius, that is going to feel really good and brilliant. And it might even be a new project that could be home-based with the Empress here. Something to do with beautifying your environment. You could be having some extra financial abundance to beautify your environment or yourself. But I want you to wait until the end of the month to do so, because otherwise I don't think it will feel good. But towards the end of the month it will. That just came through. So let's see if there's anything else. I think that's all. That feels complete to me. And I will also pull you an oracle card, Aquarius. I'm going to pull you a crystal card. So let me know in the comment section below how this is resonating for you, Aquarius. And I'm going to pull a crystal wisdom healing oracle by Judy Hall. Whoops. So I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I'm new to YouTube. It's almost a couple months now. And like and share this video if you have any Aquarians in your life that you feel like this is applying to their lives if you're cross-watching. Purpurite. That one wanted to come out. Not sure if I'm saying it correctly. Purpurite. 44. So it's an 8, which is the 8th house in astrology of shared resources. And it's called the Curse Clearer. Extremely effective for psychic and aura protection. Purpurite grounds high frequency energy, harmonizing the physical body to the new vibration. It helps you to break away from self-destructive or self-limiting behavior. Weren't we saying that? Self-destructive, self-sabotaging behavior. Awesome. Energizing, did I say that? Or self-limiting behavior. Energizing the physical and mental bodies. It overcomes tiredness, apathy, and despondency. Cool.